Hey guys, what's going on? The 360 got a update, and the PS3 will be getting one soon for Black Ops 2. There was no set date for PS3, but I'm sure it'll be relatively the same. Maybe just a few different things for the PS3 security-wise, but pretty much going to be the same, I would think. So nothing new in like the new features and improvements, like nothing really big. Same with issues addressed, nothing too big, but I would still go through it just as gives you some insight on some of the stuff. But the thing that everyone's probably most curious about is the gameplay balancing. So let's get into this. The score streaks, some of them, like, there's a lot of changes. I'm surprised with the score streaks, and I guess, well, like everything in multiplayer got a change. The Death Machine's 3-hit kill range is increased, meaning that it'll do more damage at range, so it's more likely you'll get that 3-hit kill, which is pretty good because the Death Machine is shit, and I'm sure it's still going to be shit, but less shit after this update. Like, I'm still not even gonna think about picking it up and a care package, let alone actually use it. The Dragonfire gets a buff with its health increased and gun spread reduced, so it's more accurate and can actually take a hit, which is really nice, because those things went down very, very easily. The AGR is its ground speed got increased, meaning it'll move around faster, while its close range damage with the machine gun got reduced. So a nerf to its damage, but personally, I believe it's a buff. Because, I mean, I use the AGR a lot, and being able to maneuver around the map faster is really nice. Plus, you use the rockets mainly for kills. The machine gun is just kind of there for cleanup. So, personally, I think it's a buff. Next is the Warthog. It's reduced missile delay, meaning that it's going to be able to shoot the missiles faster. So I think that's going to be a buff to it, but we'll have to see, because maybe like it shoots too early. But we'll have to see how that plays out. I think that's going to be a buff. Next is the Lodestar. This gets a nerf with its reduced missile speed and AoE radius. I'm going to say that it's going to be a pretty big nerf, but we'll have to see. The last score streak to get changed is the Swarm. The Swarm drone delay, or respawn delay, is increased, meaning that, like, let's just say it took 5 seconds for a new one to come in, it's now higher. I don't know the actual numbers, but I'm going to say it's depending on how it plays out, it'll be, you'll have to, like, see how big of a nerf it is, but I think it's going to be a pretty big nerf, because there's been some times where, like, let's just say you have 5 drones out, they all go down and kill someone, and then you're just waiting there with no drones in the sky, and now that delay is going to be longer. Who knows how much that will play into how many kills you will be able to get with it. But yeah, that's the score streaks. Hardwired perk now completely gets unaffected by EMP grenades, which is really nice, because that's I would think is a big reason why people use it. That's why I use Hardwired if I ever do choose my class with it on, is because I'm getting EMP grenades, stun grenades, just like anything like that. Like, it's just my tactical class of just not being affected by anything. So that'll be nice. The equipment, the trophy system effectiveness range gets increased, meaning that, like, it destroys shit farther out, which is mind-boggling. Like, I already thought that the radius was huge, but I guess it has to be bigger now, which I'm not a fan of, because trophy systems are just... yeah, I'm not a fan of trophy systems. I think they're a bit cheap. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy about that, but to each their own. If we go into the guns now, we get the SMGs first. All of them get reduced range with silencers, meaning that, I mean, I already thought that they were weak enough with silencers, but yeah, you're not going to be able to kill anyone from range now. Like, it's, I'm not too excited about that nerf at all. It's going to be quite interesting to see how that plays out. Into assault rifles here, they all get reduced idle sway, meaning that now, I mean, a few patches back, I believe they got reduced idle sway, and now to get even more reduced idle sway, it's going to be pretty much just still, which I like. That's a nice buff to them. The M27, all the guns, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, the next 4 guns will get an increase in headshot damage, I guess. Basically, it takes less bullets to get a headshot, which is very nice at all ranges. So just an increase in that, so nice buff. The M27 gets the increased 4-hit kill range, meaning that it's more consistent 4-hit versus like 5 or 6 at range. So just that's a nice buff to the M27. I think it deserved it. The Type 25 gets reduced hipfire spread, same with the SCAR, meaning that it's more submachine gun hipfire versus like an assault rifle. So I guess that's good. I don't know, like I don't think the SCAR needed it, but I guess the Type 25 gets a nice little buff to that because of the fire rate. I'm assuming this is the SWAT. Not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. Basically, increased damage if you're penetrating through a wall, which is really nice, but increased maximum number of bullets to kill at long distance. I'm pretty sure that's a nerf to it at range, so you get a buff through walls, but a nerf through or at range. Also, they reduce the burst delay, so its fire rate has gone up. So you can be the judge if that's a nerf or a buff, or just a slight tweak. Next one is the TAR. The TAR gets increased 3-hit kill range, which is great. I love that. I love the TAR, and to see that it gets that buff is just beautiful. It's just way more effective now than it was, and even then it was still really good, so now it's just even better. The next gun is the SMR. You get a slight increase in damage, so that 2-hit kills can still happen with bullet penetration, as well as the headshot multiplier is now increased at long range. So just a damage increase, but it's still going to be that 2-hit kill, and there's, in my opinion, still no point in using SMR over FAL. Well, actually, maybe now, because of the nerfs we get here with the FAL. FAL with select fire, you get more increased recoil on top of what they gave a few patches ago, as well as increased hipfire spread. So they're still trying to tweak the FAL, which I like because the FAL is super strong. Almost done here. We go into the LMGs. All of them get a faster in and out aim down sight time, ADS, which is really nice because they take forever to zoom in. So usually putting quick draw is a good choice, even though that really didn't do much. But now that it's reduced, that's really nice. And then the shotguns, whatever gun is the SMR, or SR, I'm sorry. I'm assuming S12, because it's, yeah, I'm assuming it's S12, just take up the RM16. But yeah, you get a increased in short range damage, meaning it's more likely to get those 1-shot, 2-shot kills. That's nice because getting 1-shot in core is really hard, so now the challenges will be easier to do if you're doing it in core. Still recommend going to hardcore if you want to do that though. Last but not least is the Executioner gets increased medium range damage, meaning that the 1-shot kill, 2-shot kills with it more consistent instead of just being able to unload all 5 and it does nothing. So that's really nice if you're into that. So that's the update. Take a look at it in the description to get like everything in full. But some interesting changes that will definitely I think change the way people play the game.